Welcome, everyone. Really glad to see you and feel your presence for our Tuesday afternoon yoga practice. What I thought I would do today or this evening is a little bit of a relaxing practice. Maybe you've had a full day. Maybe it's time to wind down a little bit. So the practice we did on Saturday, for those of you who joined us for that, was an invigorating practice, a very energetic practice. This will be the other side. So for this practice, what we're going to do is work on more of the passive energy, the yin energy. That doesn't mean that the practice is going to be passive and that we're not going to move. We definitely will move, and it will be energetic. It'll just be a different kind of energy. So hope you enjoy that. For the Saturday practice, I explained alternate nostril breathing, and what I explained on Saturday, and I'll repeat now, is that the right nostril is associated with the sun energy, the active energy, and the left nostril is associated with the moon energy or the passive energy. So when we inhale through the right nostril, it's invigorating. And when we inhale through the left nostril, it's usually pacifying, it's relaxing. So we're going to work today on inhaling mostly through the left nostril and then exhaling through the right. But for now, let's just settle in and become present on our mat. You let your eyes close down and bring your awareness, bring your gaze inside. So begin the process of interiorization. It's a hard word to say. Bringing the awareness inside. Doesn't mean you push away the external. It just means that you let your awareness rest on what's inside, and the attention will follow that automatically. A good way to do that, as we often do, is to focus on the breath. Feel the breath flowing in and flowing out. Let your eyes begin to close, if they aren't already, and then to begin to breathe in and out through the nose only, both nostrils equally. Breathe in about 4 counts, and then breathe out about 4 counts. It's a fairly short breath. A couple more times like that. Breathe in equally through both nostrils, and then breathe out through both nostrils. One more time. Now let it go. The next time you inhale, inhale through the left nostril only and exhale to the right. You don't need to block the nostrils. Just let your mind direct the breath. Again, breathe in through the left nostril and then breathe out through the right nostril. 3 more times. Breathing in from the left and breathing out to the right. Breathing in from the left and breathing out to the right. One more time with this little relaxing breath, letting everything settle. And then exhale to the right. Now just let it go. Keep the eyes gently closed. And just tune into the natural rhythm of your breath. Feel the breath flowing in and out through the nostrils. And try not to force the breath. Just notice as it flows in and flows out. A couple more cycles. And one more. Now reach your arms up and overhead. Bring the palms together. Then interlace the fingers. Invert the palms and stretch the palms up towards the sky. Press down on the sitting bones and roll back on the sitting bones a little bit. Now reach up through the palms even more into seated palm tree pose. I feel a nice stretch in my armpits. You may or may not. Draw your navel in. Now take a little bend to the right, and then back to center and a little bend to the left. Just a very gentle one, not too much. Keep pressing through the palms and then back to center. Reach up high, then release the hands, bring them out to a T, and we're going to twist to the right, bringing the left hand to the right knee, and look over your right shoulder. Take a deep breath. Then as you exhale, unwind, come back to center, reach the arms high, palms together, and to heart center. Take a deep breath. Reach back up. Exhale the arms to a T. We're going to take a twist to the left this time. Right hand to left knee, left hand down behind you. Take a breath. Let the spine lengthen as you breathe in. Draw your navel in, and then let it go. Unwind, come back to center. Reach up high. We're going to do the same thing again. Palms together, interlace the fingers. Stretch the palms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath. Get a little taller, and then release the hands. Bring them to a T. Let's take a twist to the right. Left hand to right knee, right hand down behind. Breathe in deeply. A little bit deeper twist this time if you can. And then back to center. Unwinding. Reach the arms high. Palms together and to heart center. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale the arms to a T. Take a twist to the left this time. Right hand to left knee, left hand down behind you. Breathe in deeply. And exhale, let it go. Come back to center now. Reach up high. And hands to heart center. Now take a deep breath. Let the spine lengthen as you breathe in. Now bring your chin to your chest, round the spine, and bring your forehead down, touching the forehead to the mat if you can. Feel the stretch in the low back for many of you. Now keep your chin on your chest. Draw your navel in as you rise up. Then level the chin and reach the arms high. As you exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. So let's open up the heart space a little bit and also stretch the front of the shoulders. So the fingers are interlaced behind you. Now lift the hands up just a little bit. Take a deep breath. Keep your chin level. Now hinge at the hips and fold forward. We're going to do a lot of forward folds in this practice. Reach the knuckles up and overhead. On an inhale, rise. The core engages as we start to engage the abdominal muscles. Once you're all the way up, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, let the shoulder blades come a little closer together on the back. Release the hands now. Take opposite elbows overhead, stretch the elbows towards the sky, reach up through the elbows even more, press the sitting bones down. Now take a bend to the right and reach through that left elbow. Try and keep your ears between your biceps. Inhale, back to center and to the other side. Bending to the left. Reach the right elbow up and over this time. Really stretching. Feel that stretch in the armpit. Inhale, reach back up through the elbows. Keep opposite elbows. Now release the hands and bring the hands down behind you. Interlace the fingers behind the back and press the palms towards one another. Again, the shoulder blades come together on the back, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Keep the spine long. Keep your chin in a neutral position or lift it up just a little bit. Now reach the knuckles high and slowly begin to rise. Again, feeling the engagement in the abdominal muscles as you rise. Once you're up, release the hands, reach them high, and exhale the hands to heart center. Let your eyes close down. 3 breaths. Now breathe in from the left nostril and out to the right. And last one, in from the left and out to the right. Release the hands down in front of you. Roll over the knees. Let's come to table pose. Pause for a moment in table pose. Check in with your hands. Begin with the hands right under the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Now drop your belly down intentionally. Lift the chin high. Pause for a moment here. Lift the chin a little bit higher and press your tailbone away from your knees so you're deepening the back bend. Now take a deep breath in. Then as you exhale, press the hands into the mat. Bring your chin to your chest and press the middle of the back up towards the sky into cat pose. Feel that stretch in the back. Now inhale to cow and exhale to cat. That's the second one. Keep it going 5 more times. Inhaling to cow and exhaling to cat. 4 more. Inhaling to cow and exhaling to cat. Keep it going. Inhale to cow And exhale to cat. Let's do 2 more. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. 1 more. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat pose. Now press the hands into the mat. Stay in cat for a moment. See if you can bring your forehead closer to your thighs. Bring your chin to your chest a little bit more. Press the hands into the mat. So we're deepening the fold. Come back to a neutral spine now. Back to table pose. Then reach the right hand forward. Left foot reaches back. Bring elbow towards knee, rounding the spine, and then reach back out. Do that a second time. Elbow towards knee, spine rounds, and reach out. And one more time. Elbow towards knee, and reach it out. Come back. Bring the hand down to the mat. Bring the left knee down. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Now pause in cat. Press your hands into the mat. Bring your forehead closer to your thighs. Now inhale from the left nostril. May be difficult. Exhale to the right. Do that one more time. Inhale from the left nostril and exhale to the right. Back to a neutral spine. Now reach the left hand forward. Press the right foot back and then bring elbow towards knee, rounding the spine. Reach it back out. Do that a second time. Elbow towards knee and reach it back out. One more time. Elbow towards knee and reach it back out. Bring the hand and the knee down. Inhale to cow and exhale to cat. And again, inhale to cow and exhale to cat. Hold. Now bring your forehead a little bit closer, maybe just a 1/16 of an inch, just a little bit closer to the thighs. Now inhale from the left nostril and exhale to the right. And one more. Inhale from the left and exhale to the right. Now bring your knees apart and let's find child's in the back. Reach your tailbone towards the back of your mat. See if you can let your hips rest on your heels. Stretch it out. Walk those hands forward just a little bit more so you feel that stretch in the low and mid part of the back, maybe into the space between the shoulder blades. One more breath. Rise now to table pose. Bring the knees back so that they're under the hips. Walk the hands forward, one hand length. Keep the hips over the heels. Now glide the hips forward and down and press the hands into the mat. Your elbows are straight and the ears are reaching up. The chest and the navel are pressing forward. Now press the hands into the mat. Keep your spine long as you press the tailbone towards your heels. Feel it stretch. Now come back to table pose. And then toes tuck as the hips rise into downward facing dog. Our first downward facing dog of the practice. Stretch it out. Reach the tailbone towards the top of the back wall, whatever wall is behind you in your space. Now leave the left foot on the mat and reach the right foot up. Stretch it up nice and high, but keep that right leg straight. Now step the right foot forward so the right foot ends up between the hands. Press back on the left heel so you feel a stretch in the back of the left leg. Now come up on fingertips and then straighten the right leg and bring your forehead down towards the ankle of that right foot. Feel that great stretch in the back of the right leg, maybe all the way into the back of the knee. Pull that right hip back a little bit. Pull the left hip forward. Now bend the right knee. We come back to our runner's lunge. Do that again. Straighten the right leg. Press that right hip back. Bring the forehead down towards the shin. Big stretch in the back of the right leg for me. Now bend the right knee. And one more time. Straighten the right leg. Now we're going to pivot on the right heel and the ball of the left foot into a wide-legged stance. Prasarita with the hands down just below the shoulders. Elbows are straight. Leave the left hand on the mat or move it over so it's right below your face. Then reach the right hand high into a wide-legged twist. Remember, the hips here can be asymmetrical so that right hip can lift up above the left hip. Reach with the right hand. Now bring the right hand down and place it where the left hand was. Reach the left hand high As we twist the other direction, now the left hip will be higher than the right hip. The hips, again, asymmetrical in the pose. Bring the left hand down. Bring the hands again so they're under the shoulders, so the hands are about shoulder width apart. Now pivot on the ball of the left foot, or the heel of the left foot, and the ball of the right foot. Come to runner's lunge towards the back of your mat, and left knee bends. Press back on the right heel until you feel a stretch in the back of that right leg. Now come up on fingertips. We're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. So start to straighten that left leg and bring your forehead down towards the ankle of that left foot. Keep your spine as long as you can. Pull the left hip back a little bit. Oh, that intensifies the stretch quite a bit. Now bend the left knee. Back to runner's lunge. Straighten the left leg. Bring the forehead down. And one more time. Bend the left knee. And then press that left hip back. And bend the left knee. Now pivot on the heel of the left foot. Straighten the left leg. Pivot on the ball of the right foot, and we're back to our wide-legged stance. We're back to Prasarita. Now anchor into the pinky toes, and then let your head drop down, and drop down as far as you're able to. And maybe the top of your head is going to come very close to your mat. Maybe not. Maybe you're up higher than that. Now see if you can bring the right hand to the right foot, the left hand to the left foot, and pull on those feet a little bit, so that you can begin to feel a stretch in the back of the legs. Let your head drop down. One more breath. Now bring the arms out to a T, anchor into the pinky toes, rise with a nice long spine, reach the arms up and overhead, and exhale the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach back up, and star pose. Reach the hands apart from one another. Now hands to heart center. Inhale, reach back up, star pose. Now eagle arms, right elbow under left elbow, palms together. Press the palms together. The fingertips are reaching towards the sky. Lift the elbows a little bit. And as you exhale, draw your navel in. Bring your chin to your chest, round your spine. Let your head drop back. On an inhale, rise slowly. All right, let's return to Prasarita. Sorry for that delay. Reach the arms high. I'll try and remember where we were, and hands to heart center. On an inhale, reach back up. Bring the arms out to a 45-degree angle to star pose. Now wrap the left elbow under the right elbow. Bring the palms together into eagle arms. Keep eagle arms, ankle into the pinky toes, hinge at the hips, and fold forward and drop all the way down. Now press into the pinky toes and slowly begin to rise. Once you're up, release your arms, reach them high, and exhale the hands to heart center. On an inhale, reach back up, and the arms come out to a T. Now pivot on your right heel, bend the right knee, and let's find warrior two towards the front of your mat. Keep that right knee bent about 90 degrees. Remember to anchor into the pinky toe of the left foot. Drop the left hand down, reach the right hand high. Keep pressing that right knee forward, and you all keep stay in upward warrior. I'm just going to check and see if we've gotten most everybody back. Well, pretty close after our technical difficulties. So one more breath in upward warrior. Now let's find extended side angle, bringing the elbow to the knee and reaching with the left hand. Remember to stay anchored into the pinky toe on that left foot. Now bring the left hand down. The right hand comes down, come up onto the ball of that left foot. The right foot is forward, we're in runner's lunge. Press the right foot back so it meets the left foot, and lift your hips high into downward facing dog. Stretch it out. On an inhale, reach the left leg high, press the right heel down, and then step your left foot forward so the left foot ends up between the hands. Now spin the right heel to the mat and rise to warrior two. I'm going to spin around to the other side so you can see me. And rise to warrior two towards the back of the mat. Bend that left knee. Now upward warrior, right hand drops down, left hand reaches high. Keep pressing that left knee forward, anchoring into the pinky toe of the right foot. Two more breaths here. Breathe in from the left, breathe out to the right. So we'll relax the breath and the body. In from the left, and out to the right. And one more time. Breathe in from the left and out to the right. Now extended side angle pose. Elbow comes to knee, reach with the right hand. Stretch. Lots of length all the way from the pinky toe on that right foot to the index finger on the right hand. Stretch it out. Rise back to warrior two, and then cartwheel the hands down on either side of the left foot. Come onto the ball of the right foot and step the left foot back to plank pose. Now bring your knees to the mat. Chest and chin follows, and cobra pose. Heart lifts up off the mat in cobra pose. Press the hands into the mat, the fingertips as well as the palms. Keep the chin in a relatively neutral position. See, I'm not lifting my chin up too high. Mostly I'm trying to reach my ears up towards the sky. And that's it. Release all the way down. Tuck your toes, push to plank, and lift your hips into downward facing dog. Stretch it out. 2 more breaths. In the last breath, inhale from the left and exhale to the right and feel a little bit of a calming breath. Now inhale, reach the right leg high. Now 3-legged dog, bending the right knee. Press that left heel down. Keep pressing into both hands. Level the hips now and step your right foot forward so it ends up between the hands. Right knee bent about 90 degrees. Now bring the left knee down and reach the arms up and overhead into a low crescent lunge. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Now bring the arms out to a T and take a twist to your right, bringing the left elbow to the knee and joining the palms together into a prayer twist. Keep pressing the right foot into the mat and that left knee into the mat. 1 more breath. Now release the arms, bring them out, and then back to center. Reach the arms high and exhale the hands down. Now tuck the toes and bring the left knee off the mat and step the left foot forward into a forward fold. Let your head drop down in the forward fold and see if you can bring the top of your head closer to the big toes. Bend the knees just a little bit if you like. Now breathe in from the left and breathe out to the right, and do that a second time. Breathe in from the left, breathe out to the right. Now bring the arms out to a T, press into the front of the feet, keep your spine long as you rise. Come all the way up, reach up high, look up to the hands, and then bring the hands to heart center. Take a deep breath and let the breath go. Do that again, a big deep breath. And let it go. Release the hands up now. Interlace the fingers, point the index fingers, and stretch up nice and high so you get really tall in the whole body. Feel like your index fingers just rose up another ½ inch or so. Now we're going to take a bend to the right and bring most of the weight into the left foot as we move into our crescent pose. Press the hips to the left. Now back to center. Reach the index fingers high as you come out, then bring the weight into the right foot and reach the index fingers to the left, pressing the hips to the right, if that makes sense. Keep reaching through the index fingers. Big stretch on the right side body. Come out by reaching up high. Go slowly. Stretch up and then bring the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach back up. And as you exhale, arms come out to a T. Come to the front of your mat. Hinge at the hips and fold forward. Now a half lift. Hands to the top of the shins. Spine is long. Your gaze is down. So you're looking directly down at the front of your mat. Then as you exhale, bend your knees a little bit. Hinge at the hips and fold forward. And bring your head down towards the big toes. Now leave the left foot forward. Step the right foot all the way back into runner's lunge. And that left knee is nice and bent. Now bring the right knee to the mat and reach the arms up and overhead as we come into our low crescent lunge on the second side. Keep pressing the left knee forward. Now the arms come out to a T. Now breathe in through the left nostril and breathe out through the right nostril. Feel the relaxation. Do that again. Breathe in through the left nostril and breathe out through the right. Now take your twist to the left, palms face to the left. Now bend the elbow, the right elbow, bring it to the knee, join the palms as we come into our prayer twist. 2 more breaths. Stay with it. 1 more. Let the breath slow. Now back to center. Reach the arms high. And then exhale the hands down on either side of the left foot. Tuck the toes, bring the right knee off the mat. Step the left foot back to plank pose. Take a breath in plank. And then let the breath slowly flow out. Do that again. A deep breath in. And slowly let the breath flow out. Bring the knees to the mat. This is our second cobra pose. Lift the heart up off the mat in cobra. Top of the head reaching towards the sky, chin relatively level. Now breathe in from the left nostril and breathe out to the right. Now breathe in from the right nostril and out to the left. Do that one more time. Breathe in from the left nostril and out to the right, and in from the right nostril and out to the left. Now bring your gaze over your right shoulder, looking towards the right foot behind you. See if you can see it in your peripheral vision. And then back to center and to the left, and look to that left foot. Bring the gaze back to center, then come all the way down. Tuck your toes now, push to plank, and then lift your hips into downward facing dog. On an inhale, reach your right leg high. Step the right foot forward so it ends up between the hands. We've come to runner's lunge. Left hand stays on the mat now. Right hand reaches high into a lunge twist. Keep the right knee bent. Now breathe in from the left nostril and breathe out to the right and think relaxation. Do that again. Breathe in from the left and out to the right. Now bring the right hand down to the inside of the right foot as we move into our revolved lunge twist. The left hand reaches high. Right knee stays nice and bent. Now spin the left heel to the mat and rise to warrior two. Second time in warrior two on this side. Take a breath. Let it go. Relax the arms, relax the fingers, relax the wrists a little bit. So reduce the tension in the upper body. Now breathe in from the left nostril and breathe out to the right. One more time. Breathe in from the left nostril and out to the right. Now straighten the right leg. Then bring the left hand down. Reach the right hand up and back as we move into a reverse triangle pose. Now the arms come out to a T. Let the breath slow a little bit. Anchor into that pinky toe on the left foot as you press into that left foot. Triangle pose. Right hand comes down. Reach the left hand high. Breathe. When you're ready, breathe in through the left nostril and out through the right and in through the left and out through the right. One more time. Now, even though this pose is very energetic, the breathing is creating a sense of relaxation. Now bend the right knee and rise back to warrior two. Now straighten the right leg, pivot on the right heel, toes on the right foot pointing straight towards the left side of the mat. Reach the arms high and then to heart center. Now bring your chin to your chest, round your spine, draw your navel in, let your forehead come down. Bring the right hand to the right foot, the left hand to the left foot, let your head drop down. Breathe. And one more. Now bring the arms out to a T. Slowly rise, reach the arms up and overhead, and exhale to heart center. On an inhale, reach back up. Exhale the arms to a T. Now pivot on the left heel, bend the left knee, and find warrior two towards the back of your mat. Your gaze in warrior two is ordinarily over the extended left hand, whichever hand is forward. So on this side, it'd be the left hand. Now straighten the left leg. Right hand drops down, reverse triangle pose, pressing into the left foot, anchoring into the pinky toe of the right foot. Arms come out to a T. Now press into the right foot, reach the left hand forward, stretch it forward a little bit more, and then drop it down as we come to triangle pose. Right hand reaches high. Keep the head in a nice neutral position, chin also in a neutral position. Now breathe in through the left nostril, and breathe out through the right, and breathe in through the left nostril, and out through the right. One more time. Breathe in left, and breathe out right. Now bend the left knee and rise, warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Pivot on the left heel so the toes on the left foot point to the left side of the mat. Feet are parallel to one another. Keep the arms reaching apart from one another. Hinge at the hips and come halfway down. Now pause. Now bring the left hand down in front. Reach the right hand high. Wide-legged twist. And then bring the right hand down. Reach the left hand high. Another twist. Right hand pressing down. Left hand reaching up. And bring the left hand down. Now pivot on the right heel, bend the right knee, and find warrior two towards the front of the mat. Now step your left foot forward into a forward fold. Let your head drop down in the forward fold. 5 breaths now. Breathe deeply. Begin to allow the breath to deepen so that you're breathing in maybe 5 counts in and 5 counts out. Keep it going. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. Breathing in and breathing out. Bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Bring the arms out to a T. Press into the front of the feet and slowly rise all the way up. Reach the arms high and exhale the hands to heart center. Let your eyes close down and breathe. Let the breath begin to soften. One more breath. Now release the hands up. And if you're at the front of your mat, well, if you're not at the front of the mat, move to the front of the mat. And then step your left foot back. Keep the right foot forward. And then bend the right knee. Bring the left heel to the mat. We've come to warrior one. See if you can bend your right knee a little bit more. Now bring the hands behind you and interlace the fingers behind the back, pressing the knuckles towards the left heel, but try not to arch the back too much. Let the pose be about bringing the shoulder blades together on the back and feeling almost like you're squishing the muscles between your shoulder blades, also opening up the heart. Now keep the right knee bent and hinge at the hips. Fold forward, bringing your right shoulder to the right knee, then reach the arms up and overhead. Stretch up high. Now release the hands down and bring the hands to either side of the right foot. So you're framing the right foot with the hands. Come up on fingertips. And now straighten the left leg and bring your forehead down towards the ankle or the shin of that right leg into pyramid pose. Pull your right hip back a little bit now. And see if you can pull your left hip forward. At the same time, bring the top of the head towards the big toe on the right foot. Now bend the right knee. Bring the hands behind you again and interlace the fingers. Keep the right knee bent as you press into the right foot and rise all the way back up. Once you're up, release your hands and reach them high. And we're back to warrior one. Bring the hands to heart center now. And then step your left foot forward so it meets the right foot. Take a breath. And let it go. Now bring the feet apart. And then bend the knees. Let's come down to a yoga squat. A yoga squat, malasana. Almost forgot the name of the pose in Sanskrit. With the elbows pressing into the inside of the knees, feel the opening in the hips. For many of you, you're going to feel that on the outside of the hips. You may also feel a little bit on the inner part of the thighs. Now release your hands, bring them down behind you. Come to a cross-legged position with the right leg crossed in front of the left leg. Now bring the hands in front of that right shin. Spread your fingers wide. The thumbs are pointing towards one another. Press the palms into the mat. If you can, that right knee is pressing down towards the mat. Now we're going to move towards pigeon pose. So step the left foot back or left leg back. And then let the hips settle as you press the palms into the mat right in front of that right knee and the right foot. If you want to, you can come up a little bit higher, maybe bringing that right palm to the right knee and the left hand to the instep of that right foot. Now take a deep breath. As you exhale, slowly walk the hands forward as we come into a resting pigeon pose, letting the forehead come down towards the mat. Walk the hands forward a little bit more. And if you can, let your forehead rest on the mat. Now breathe in from the left and breathe out to the right. And breathe in from the left and breathe out to the right. One more time. Breathe in from the left and breathe out to the right. When you're ready, slowly begin to walk the hands back towards your body. Then press the palms into the mat. Tuck the toes on the left foot. Bring the left knee off the mat. And then just step your right foot back to plank pose. Bring the knees to the mat. Chest and chin are going to follow as we inchworm our way into cobra pose. From cobra pose, tuck the toes and lift the hips into downward facing dog. In downward dog, stretch it out. Lots and lots of length in the spine in downward dog. On an inhale, reach the left leg high and find three-legged dog on this side, opening the hips to the left, bending that left knee. Make sure you stay grounded in the left hand and work on stacking the left hip over the right hip. Now level the hips and take a 3/4 step forward with the left foot so the left foot comes towards the hands but not quite between them. Spin the right heel to the mat, bend the left knee, and rise to warrior one on our second side. Now bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers in the awkward way. If you together, so you're opening up the hips and bringing the left shoulder down towards the left knee. Reach the knuckles up and overhead and stretch them high. Now release the hands, bring them down on either side of the left foot and start to straighten the left leg. Now keep your spine long and bring your forehead down towards the chin or the ankle. Feel that great stretch on the back of the left leg. Keep your spine long. Keep reaching the top of the head towards the big toe on the left foot. Now bend the left knee and rise all the way back up, warrior one. Bring the hands to heart center. Bring the weight in the left foot, the right foot forward. Now bring the feet apart and let's find a yoga squat, malasana, for the second time. Elbows to the inside of the knees. Notice I move my weight from side to side, which reminds me that we are opening up the hips, because as I move my weight to the left like this, I can feel much more stretch in the hip on the left side. And as I bring the weight back to the right, I feel the stretch there. So you can do that if you like. And bring the hands behind you and set them down. Find a cross-legged position with the left leg crossed in front of the right leg, and both knees pressing down as best you can. I know for some, your knees may be up like this. That's okay. Just do the best you can in the pose. Then bring the hands down in front of that left shin. Take a breath, and then step the right foot back this time, coming into pigeon pose on our second side. If you want, you can walk the hands up onto the instep of the foot and of the knee. It'll create a little deeper back bend. And when you're ready, keep the spine long and slowly walk the hands forward, letting your forehead come all the way down and rest on the mat. Now, breathe in from the left nostril and out from the right. left and out to the right. One more time. Breathe in from the left and out to the right. Slowly begin to walk your hands back towards your body. Then tuck the toes and bring the right knee off the mat, and then step the left foot back to plank pose. Once you're in plank pose, bring the knees to the mat, chest and chin follow as we come into cobra pose. Remember to tuck the elbows in close to your body, so try not to flare the elbows out. Bring them in so that they're almost touching your rib cage. Now let your ears rise up a little bit more. Then release all the way down. Tuck your toes now, push to plank, and then let your hips rise into downward facing dog. Now 5 breaths in downward dog, but we're going to soften the breath by breathing in from the left and breathing out to the right, and breathing in from the left and breathing out to the right. 3 more times, breathing in from the left and out to the right, and twice more, in from the left and out to the right. Bring your knees to the mat. Then let your hips drop to your heels. Let's find hero pose, palms to the thighs. Take a breath. And one more. Just come to a seat. Bring your hips down, swing the legs around. Now press the heels forward. I'm going to move to the side for this. Press the heels forward, toes point up, spine is long. Reach the arms up and overhead. Now hinge at the hips and fold forward, reaching for the feet. Let your forehead drop down towards the knees or the shins. Let the spine lengthen. If it's too much sensation, you know to bend your knees, and that'll reduce some of the sensation in the back of the legs. Now, chin on chest, round the spine as you rise. Draw the navel in as you come up. Reach the arms up and overhead. Then take opposite elbows. Reach the elbows towards the sky. Now, see if you can keep your biceps on either side of your ears, hinge at the hips, and fold forward, keeping opposite elbows. Reach the elbows towards your feet, lengthening the spine. Now, slowly rise. Keep reaching the elbows away from the hips. Release the arms, reach them high, and exhale, fold forward for the second time. Let the forehead drop down towards the shin or shins, and then chin on chest, spine rounds as you rise. Now bring the soles of the feet together. We're just going to find cobbler pose. You can bring the hands to the pinky or to the ankles with the thumbs pointing towards one another. Pull up on the ankles a little bit and then relax the shoulders just a bit. Now release the hands from the ankles. Bring the hands in front of the ankles to the mat if you can. Now hinge at the hips and fold forward from our cobbler pose. Keep the spine long. Probably going to feel a lot of sensation in the outside of the hips. Now slowly begin to rise. Now bring the soles of the feet to the mat. And then bring the hands under the knees and roll back and lift the heels up into a supported half boat pose. Keep your spine nice and long here and pull your shoulders back a little bit so the shoulder blades come just a little bit closer together on the back. Now bring the arms out to a T with the palms facing forward and then opposite elbows hugging the knees into the chest. Try and keep your spine long. Try not to round too much. You'll round a little bit, but not too much. And then slowly straighten the legs. If you fall over backwards, that's all part of the fun, remember? And then keep reaching the toes away from the hips, straightening the legs. Now breathe in from the left nostril and breathe out to the right. And one more time. Breathe in from the left nostril and breathe out to the right. Now release opposite elbows. Bring the arms out to a T with the palms facing forward. Keep pressing the toes away from you. It's a very deep boat pose. Reach the arms up and overhead. Interlace the fingers. Point the index fingers and stretch up, pressing the sitting bones down. Now slowly lower the heels to the mat. Hinge at the hips and fold forward for our last forward fold. Now chin on chest, round the spine as you rise. Drawing the navel in will help you round the spine. Come all the way up. And as you exhale, bend the knees. Pick the heels off the mat. Reach the arms forward and then flip your palms so they face up. Now slowly begin to roll down to your back. And you're going to feel a lot of abdominal engagement as you slowly come down. So about here, you get a lot of abdominal engagement. Try not to collapse all the way down. Stay with it. And eventually, you'll come all the way down. Once you're there, bring your palms to the mat. Reach your heels to the sky, legs up the wall pose. And then point the toes. Press the palms into the mat. Now bend the knees and bring the soles of the feet all the way to the mat. And now supine figure 4. Bring the right ankle to the left knee, top of the left knee. And then pick that left foot up, interlace the fingers behind that left leg. Hug the left knee in as you press the right knee away, opening up the hips. Two more breaths. Keep pressing that right knee away. And one more breath. And let it go. Bring the left foot down. Right foot comes down. Left foot or left ankle to right knee now as we move to the other side. Pick the right foot up. Interlace the fingers behind that right leg. And now hug the right knee in as you press the left knee away and breathe. You feel the opening in the hip on the left side? And two more breaths. Press the left knee away just a little bit more as you hug the right knee in just a little tighter. And that's it. Let it go. Hug the knees into your chest now. Bring your forehead up towards your knees, rounding the spine deeply. And then release the hands, reach the heels to the sky, legs up the wall pose. Now bring the arms out to a T, bend the knees so that they come towards the chest. And then bring your knees to the right. And they're not going to quite land. Bring them back to center and then over to the left side. We're going to do that 3 times. Inhale back to center and over to the right. And back to center and to the left. And one more time to the right. Now press into the right hand as the knees come back to center. And then over to the left side. Press into the left hand and bring the knees back to center. Now one last hug. Bring the forehead towards the knees, rounding the spine. And then release the hands, release the feet. Point the toes gently and let the heels float all the way to the mat. Once the heels land, let your toes flop out. Flip your palms so they face up. And find Shavasana. Take a moment to settle into your mat. Just relaxing and letting go. Breathe in and out equally through both nostrils. Keep it going. And one more breath. Now just let your breath return to its normal rhythm. Feel the breath calming and settling the body. Feel your breath slowing down. You can also begin to allow the breath to lengthen. You don't need to consciously lengthen the breath. Just allow the breath to lengthen if that feels like a natural thing to occur. Notice if that's happening or if it's not. See now if you can let go of everything other than the breath. Let go of all thoughts. Let go of all emotions. Let go of all sensations. Let there be nothing in your universe but the breath flowing in and flowing out. Ride the breath in and ride it out. Now move your attention from your breath to your heartbeat. Notice your heart beating wherever you may detect a heartbeat. Remember, you may feel it in your mouth, nasal passages, the fingers, the toes, maybe in your chest. Tune now as deeply into the heartbeat as you did to the breath. And let go of everything else. Let go of all thoughts, all emotions, all sensations. Let there be nothing but the breath. Sorry, nothing but the heartbeat. Tune in as deeply as you can to the heart beating in your body. Stay with the experience of the heartbeat. Now bring your awareness to your left nostril. The next time you inhale, inhale through the left nostril only, and then exhale through the right nostril only as best you can. We're going to do that 5 times, 4 more. Inhale from the left, Feel the release and the relaxation as you exhale to the right. Again, inhale from the left. Relaxation, softness as you exhale to the right. 2 more. Inhale from the left. And exhale to the right. Last one. Inhale left. And exhale to the right. When you're ready, begin to bend your knees. Once your knees are bent, roll to your side. And if it feels good, cradle your head in your arm. Pause for a moment just to notice the experience, to observe the experience of resting on your side with your knees bent. Keep the eyes gently closed and come to a seat. Once you're seated with the eyes still closed, bring your hands to heart center and press your palms lightly together. Now join me as we offer loving kindness to all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be well. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be at ease. Namaste.